I love vaginas. I love women. I don't see them as separate things. Women pay me to dominate them, to excite them, to make them come. I didn't start out like this. No, on the contrary. I started out as a lawyer, but in my late 30s, I became obsessed with making women happy. It began as a mission of sorts, but then I got involved in it. I got very good at it, kind of brilliant. It was my art. I started getting paid for it. It was as if I had found my calling. I wore outrageous outfits when I dominated women. Lace and silk and leather. And I used props. Whips, handcuffs, dildos. There was nothing like this in tax law. There were no props, no excitement. And I hated those blue corporate suits. Although, I do wear them now from time to time in my new line of work. And they serve quite nicely. Context is all. There were no props in corporate law, no wetness, no dark, mysterious foreplay, no erect nipples, no delicious mouths. But mainly, there was no moaning. Not the kind that I'm talking about anyway. This was the key. I see now. Moaning was the thing that ultimately seduced me and got me addicted to making women happy. When I was a little girl, and I would see women in the movies making love, making strange, orgasmic moaning noises, I used to laugh. I got strangely hysterical. I couldn't believe that big, outrageous, ungoverned sounds like that just came out of women. I longed to moan. I practiced in front of my mirror on a tape recorder, moaning in various keys, various tones. But always, when I played it back, it sounded fake. It was fake. It wasn't rooted in anything sexual, really, only in my desire to be sexual. But then, when I was 10, I had to pee really badly once on a car trip. It went on for almost an hour, and when I finally got to pee in some dirty little gas station, it was so exciting. I moaned. I moaned as I peed. I couldn't believe it. Me moaning in a Texaco station in the middle of Louisiana. I realized right then that moans were connected with not getting what you want right away, with putting things off. I realized that moans were best when they caught you by surprise. They came out of this hidden, mysterious part of you that was speaking its own language. I realized that moans were, in fact, that language. I became a moaner. It made most men anxious. Frankly, it terrified them. I was loud, and they couldn't concentrate on what they were doing. They'd lose focus, and then they'd lose everything. We couldn't make love in people's homes. The walls were too thin. I got a reputation in my building, and people stared at me with contempt in the elevator. Men thought I was too intense. Some called me insane. I began to feel bad about moaning. I got quiet and polite. I made noises into a pillow. I learned to choke my moan, hold it back like like a sneeze. I began getting headaches and stress-related disorders. I was becoming hopeless when I discovered women. I discovered that most women loved my moaning. But more importantly, I discovered how deeply excited I got when other women moaned, when I was responsible for other women moaning. It became a kind of passion, discovering the key, unlocking the vagina's mouth, unlocking this voice, this wild song. I made love to quiet women, and I found this place inside of them, and they shocked themselves in their moaning. I made love to moaners, and they found a deeper, more penetrating moan. It was a kind of surgery, a kind of delicate science, finding the tempo, the exact location or home of the moan. That's what I called it. Sometimes I found it over a woman's jeans. Sometimes I snuck up on it, off the record, quietly disarming the surrounding alarms and moving in. Sometimes I used force, but not oppressive, violent force, but more like dominating. I'm going to take you someplace. Relax, don't worry, lay back, and enjoy the ride kind of force. Sometimes it was simply mundane. I found the moan even before things got started. Like when we were in the kitchen, eating salad or chicken. Just casually, right there, with my fingers. Here it is, just like that, real simple, all mixed in with the balsamic vinegar. Sometimes I used props. I loved props. And sometimes I made the woman find her own moan in front of me. I waited, stuck it out until she opened herself. I wasn't fooled by the minor, more obvious moans. Oh no. I pushed her further, all the way into her power moan. There's the clit moan, the vaginal moan, the combo clit vaginal moan, There's the almost moan, the right on it moan, the elegant moan, the Janis Joplin moan, the white Protestant moan, the Jewish moan, no, the black moan, oh shit, the Irish Catholic moan, forgive me, the college moan, I should be studying, studying, the mountaintop moan, the baby moan, the doggy moan, the uninhibited, militant, bisexual moan, tortured Zen moan. The diva moan.